I remember one of my coaches in Houston said to me, he said, one of the things you're gonna have to work on is being able to deal with somebody that doesn't care as much as you care.
There was an interview with CP3, Chris Paul, for those people who don't know who he is. He plays for the Suns. Amazing individual. And the topic of team always comes up for us, right? And I was watching this interview and it just hit my soul that I wanted to talk about it, right? I'm just going to let you hear it so you can understand why this hit my soul.
I remember one of my coaches in Houston said to me, he said, one of the things you're gonna have to work on is being able to deal with somebody that doesn't care as much as you care. That's the hardest thing. That's the hardest thing, because this game right here, like, I watch everything. I watch every game. I study the game. Like, I love it that much.
Sheesh.
First, I needed my man to react. He should have reacted, okay? Because
Yeah, we needed
that needed like,
something.
ooh, yikes, right? So this is such a true statement that hurts my soul, right? It hurts my soul. And we talked a little bit about it on, our Tuesday lives. If you don't watch that, please do. I'm just saying. It's on YouTube, 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays. Now, I said on the live, like, you don't want these team problems. Like, you scream you want a team, I need a team, I need a team, and team, right? You don't want these problems because your business, your brand is your baby. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody ever going to care as much as you. Now, let's say you don't have a brand or a business. Let's say you work a 9 to 5, but you are an elite person, top of the class at what you do. There's still not going to be people that are going to care and work the same way. And you have to be okay with that. Like, what do you mean? How is this still here? Like, we got to finish this. Nah, it's like 4:00. What you talking about? We are out. Wait, what? Nah, it's not done. We can do this tomorrow. What? Like, what you mean? We got to come up with this together. I'm with so-and-so. I'm doing this. And like, it's heartbreaking. It's very heartbreaking, but you have to come to terms with that. And it's probably going to take a minute because you're like, especially if you bring family and friends into business. If you bring family and friends to business, you almost expect them to care as much as you do because they care about you.
Right.
No, they care about you. They don't care about the business side of you, the branding side of you, the task part of you. They don't necessarily care about that. They care about you, right? And when you come to terms with that, it makes it a little bit easier. You maneuver a little bit differently and you strategize how to get the goal done. Because now it's not putting all the expectations on them. It's now laying out the ground rules. Okay, this is what needs to be done. This is who needs to be a part of it, laying it all the way out. So the result is accomplishment, right? And when you expect people to move like you and work like you, you tend to skip out on the details of what it is to accomplish the goal. Because you think that it's kind of like mind reading. You know what we're here for. You know how to do this. No. As the leader, you still have to map it out for them. And that was a mistake that I did, was like, no, we're doing this together. You know exactly what is needed. So where is this at? Like, where is it written out? When did you tell me? When? To the point where it's like, yo, I don't even feel like being this petty. Like, I don't feel like I should have these receipts. Right? But instead of getting frustrated, you just make it clear as day. And if you make it clear as day, it's not even about if they care or love the situation as much as you. It's just, do they have the ability to do it? And that's really what it has to be. Do they have the ability to do it? Not do they love it as much as you, and do they care, and do they dream about it? That's not. Do they have the ability to do it?
Yeah, that's a bonus. That's a bonus. You know, I think if you've been in business for any amount of time, you'll start to realize that your people caring about something, loving something as much as you do, that's a bonus. The question that you really need to ask yourself, and I like to take it from this approach, whether you're a leader and you're responsible for people on your team, whether you got staff and these are your coworkers, however you look at it, is, are these bad employees, or am I not a good enough leader? That's how you got to look at it. It's not about caring and not caring. It's, am I getting the most out of their time here by putting a lot of these emotions and preferences and things that would be super ideal. Look, it's very convenient. Man, does it feel good to work with someone who's as dedicated, who believes the same that you believe, who's into the same things, who agrees with everything. It feels really good. But it's not always the best thing. So I've just accepted that, because when you're working with people, it's just so difficult to get a lot of these likes to line up and be in perfect alignment. So you got to work with what you have. But when you look at it through that lens of, are my employees and my team members bad, or am I just not a good enough leader? It points the finger in the right direction. It points the finger in the right direction. And ultimately, that's back at you to figure out, how can I become better? Right. Which is the person that I have the most control over. You might have some control over your staff because you pay them, because whatever the case may be, but you have more control over yourself. And at the end of the day, if it's really not working out, you still have the option, or you can make the decision to let them go. Which, while I know some people don't believe in this philosophy, cutting ties is sometimes the best thing that you can do, not just for your business, but for that other person's future in their career, because they can't make the decision for themselves and you're suffocating them in the wrong position or the wrong environment. So sometimes it's like, you know what, let me help you out by, I know this sounds terrible, but by firing you or dismissing you from this role, because you're not going to leave yourself, and it's not doing any of us any good. So again, if you really had to walk it out, that's a decision that you get to make as a leader or as someone, you know, who's in a position of influence. So that's how I've looked at it. You know, I have business partners who complain about staff all the time, and now I'm just taking a strong stance. Are you providing the right tools? Do you understand why? Are you a good enough leader, or are they just bad employees? And then the turnaround, you'll be pretty surprised as to how the turnaround comes back. Like, actually, I guess it's not as bad as I thought. You know, it's like, well, there you go.
Facts. Sheesh.